Hello everybody, so today I will show you how to answer this one. We can use about polar coordinates. So we need to change about x equals to r cosine theta, y equals to r sine theta. And now we need to consider the bounds in here. For the first one, we can see that y is greater than or equals to negative x and smaller than or equals to the square root of 1 minus x squared. About the x, that should be from negative number 1 over the square root of number 2 and smaller than or equals to number 0. And now we need to graph about y equals to negative x and y equals to the square root of 1 minus x squared. So we put the power number 2 for the both sides. So I will put negative x squared gone here. So we know that this is about the circle with the center 0, 0. And the radius that is about the square root of number 1 from here. And you got about number 1. So we need to draw the circle in here. And the next one, y equals to negative x. So that should be in here. Now, we need to know that x from negative 1 over the square root of number 2. So, if I put about y equals to negative x, go in here, we will have about x squared plus x squared. Because this is about power number 2, so the negative will be the positive. So this one we have 2x squared. We divide by number 2. So this one we will have two solutions. That is about x equals to number 1 over the square root of number 2 and x equals to negative number 1 over the square root of number 2. So the negative that is about this one. And number 0 that is about this one. So because the question we see that y is greater than negative x, then we go in here and smaller than the circle. So that is about this one. Now let's go to the second one. So the second one, we can see that y is greater than or equals to negative x and smaller than or equals to the square root of 4 minus x squared. The x that is from 0 to negative, that is about from negative of the square root of number 2 and number 0. So we need to draw about this one. And we know that this one that is about x squared plus y squared equals to number 4. So the second circle, that is about this one. So the first one, that is about number 1 in here. The second one, that is about number 2. So if I put about negative s go in here, and we have 2s squared equals to number 4. So s squared equals to number 2. So we have two solutions. S equals to the square root of number 2, and s equals to negative of the square root of number 2. So negative of the square root of number 2, that's it in here. So they want to find greater than negative s, smaller than the square root of 4 minus s squared. That is about this one. But they just minus about the region in here. So they want to find about this red one in here. So in this situation, we can put two double integral in one. So the first thing, we change s and y into this one. And the next one, dy dx, we can transform into r dr d theta. About dr, that is between number 1 and number 2, because that's between two circles. About d theta, we can see that they start at number 0 and they will go in here. That is about b over 2. We know that the angle of this one, that is about 45 degrees, or maybe b over 4. So we need to put b over 2 plus b over 4, and this one you got about 3b over 4. And now we need to calculate this one. So we have r multiplied by r and r. So that is about r squared. So we put r go outside. So we can put like this, the integration from number 1 to number 2, r squared dr multiplied by the integration from b over 2 to 3b over 4. So we have cosine theta minus sine theta. The integration of this one, that is about r to the power of 3 over 3. And we put the bounds from number 1 to number 2. The integration of cosine theta, that is about sine theta. The integration of negative sine theta, that is about cosine theta. and we put the bounds from b over 2 to 3b over 4. So I will put number 2 gone here, number 1 gone here. So this one we have 7 over number 3. This one we have negative number 1. And we have the final answer. This is the end. Thank you for watching.